Hello and welcome to the viewers of this video. This is the Orange Fan here, bringing you another entry for the episode Recap and Thoughts category. This video will be dedicated to episode 53 of The Loud House, Tripped. We begin this episode with the Loud family counting the money in their savings jar, and they come up with a total of $1,800. The Loud family are excited about this. They form a conga line, and they begin to sing about how they're going to go on vacation. Lincoln explains to the audience that the Loud family hardly, if ever, gets to go on any real vacations because of how expensive it would be for a family of 13. Lincoln further explains that each member of the Loud family contributed to the family vacation funds in one way or another, and we do get to see these contributions through a series of flashbacks. So according to these flashbacks, Lana and Lola set up a lemonade stand, Luna sang outside of the house and received money from anyone who passed by while she was singing. Bud Grouse, the neighbor, actually said he would pay Luna to stop singing, and Luna was more than happy to accept Bud Grouse's offer because money is money. Lynn Sr. and Lori made and sold food from a food truck. Rita worked overtime at the dentist office. Lenny gave fashion advice. Jancy Yates and Bud Grouse were two of Lenny's customers. Lynn shoveled snow during wintertime, and she also lifted furniture and opened jars. Luann acted as a party clown. Lucy held pet funeral services. Lincoln delivered newspapers, and Lisa did some breakdancing at the mall while Lily was the DJ for Lisa's breakdancing. So after these flashbacks, Lincoln summarizes that the Loud family's efforts have paid off. Lincoln also reveals to the audience that the Loud family have saved enough money to spend a week at the Weeping Willow Resort and Lodge. This hotel is located on Lake Michigan, and it has all sorts of different activities available for guests. And each member of the Loud family would find one of these activities to be fun. So after Lincoln's done talking to the audience, he catches up to the rest of his family. Lincoln got out of the conga line to talk to the audience, so he has to catch up to the rest of his family who are still dancing in that conga line. So eventually the conga line heads outside of the Loud house, and Bud Grouse says that he'll pay the Loud family if they stop singing. And Luna is more than happy to accept Bud Grouse's offer because they can get some road snacks. So the next day rolls around, and the Loud family are getting all their suitcases and planning to try and load up Vanzilla with these suitcases. Rita also goes over how everything at home have been taken care of until they return home. Yes, Rita talks about how the vacations for work have been taken care of. Bud Grouse agreed to keep an eye on the Loud house, and the McBride family agreed to watch over the main pets, or the overall family pets, Charles, Cliff, Walt, and Geo, until the Loud family return from their vacation. So that's all set up. The main problem, though, they run into is that they have to figure out how to fit everything onto Vanzilla, or inside of Vanzilla. Lynn Sr. says that they can't bring all the suitcases. Some of the suitcases have to be left behind. But Lisa actually says that she's come up with a solution. And Lisa is able to figure out a way to get all the luggage and suitcases either inside or on top of Vanzilla. One of the family members inquires Lisa about how she did this, and Lisa starts to explain, but the rest of the family just go inside of Vanzilla, and Lisa just grumbles that they shouldn't inquire about questions that they don't care to hear an answer to. So we do get a few more minor setbacks or hiccups before they actually set off on the trip. Like Lana wants to stop, Lana doesn't want them to leave just yet because she wants to bring some of her own pets on the trip. Her pet frog, her pet snake, and her pet mouse or rat. One of those. A rodent. Her pet rodent. So yes, Lana brings 3 of her own pets on the trip. Rita says she needs to get some diapers for Lily, and Rita also admits that she forgot Lily. That becomes a running gag throughout the episode, Rita forgetting about Lily, but then remembering at the last second. But in any case, these minor setbacks have all been taken care of, so the Loud family are ready to set off on their trip to the hotel. So without further delays, the Loud family sing their going on vacation song, and they set off for the hotel. So later on, we see that the Loud family are on the road, and eventually another driver is behind them. This driver is a cherry farmer. He's driving, I think you could call it a pickup truck. Yes, I would say that the cherry farmer is driving a pickup, and in the back part of the pickup truck, there's a bunch of crates full of cherries, naturally. So the cherry farmer appears behind the Loud family, behind Vanzilla, and Lynn actually doesn't like the idea of the farmer passing by them, and she's adamant that that Lynn Sr. try to floor it, and Lynn Sr. admits that he already is flooring it with regards to Vanzilla, and the cherry farmer passes by them. And actually the Lynns, after the cherry farmer passes by them, they both are starting to head up a hill, and then when they start to go downhill, the Lynns actually think that this is the chance to pass by the cherry farmer. Yes, not just Lynn the Loud sister, but Lynn Sr. too. So yes, both the Lynns, Senior and Junior, want to pass by the cherry farmer, and they do pass by the cherry farmer when they're going downhill. But Lisa points out that this is dangerous because this could lead to them getting stuck in a ditch, and that does end up happening. Vanzilla gets stuck in a ditch, and then the cherry farmer, they pass by the cherry farmer, but they do fall into a ditch. But Lana assures the family that she can repair Vanzilla. So some time passes by, and Lana has fixed up Vanzilla. Rita is impressed and inquires how Lana did it. Lana starts to explain, but everyone gets into Vanzilla, and Lana recites what Lisa said earlier about how one shouldn't inquire about questions that they don't care to hear an answer to. So after that, and after that brief situation, Rita once again forgets about Lily, but gets Lily and Vanzilla. And before they actually set off, though, the cherry farmer passes by them, and the Lynns, both Senior and Junior, are not happy about this. So time passes by. The Loud family are still on the road, and the AC, the Loud family realize that the AC is broken. Lana figures that the coolant must have leaked when they crashed into that ditch earlier, and she offers to check out the coolant, but Lynn Sr. doesn't want to pull over because he wants to make it to the resort on time. Yes, that's right. The hotel, Lynn Sr. mentioned earlier that the hotel has a very strict check-in time. The hotel has a very strict check-in time. If you don't make it to check-in on time, then there's a chance that the hotel will give those rooms to other guests. So according to Lynn Sr., they have to make it to the hotel by 8 o'clock. So Lynn Sr. is very adamant about making sure that they make it to the hotel before 8 o'clock. So that's why Lynn Sr. doesn't want to pull over. So since they can't fix the AC right now, Lenny suggests that they roll down a window. But Lynn Sr. says that once the windows go down, there won't be a way to get the windows back up. So they're just going to have to endure the heat. But complications arrive when Lori starts to eat low-cal bean chips, because these bean chips give Lori gas, to say the least. And let's just say that the gas is let's just say that the family members can't handle the smell of the gas. Let's just leave it at that, not tread any further on that topic. But it gets to the point where the Loud family have no choice but to open up the windows. So they do so, but the breeze causes the map that Rita is holding. Yes, Rita was holding a map, and yes, Rita was holding onto a map, but the breeze causes her to lose her grip on the map, and the map flies into Lynn Sr.'s face. So Vanzilla ends up crashing into some porta potties. The Loud family members are okay, though, but the same can't be said for someone who's inside of a porta potty. Let's not go any further than that. But after seeing that the Loud family members are okay, Lana comments about how the windows are back up because of the crash, but one of the doors has broken off of Vanzilla, and there doesn't seem to be a way to repair the door, or at least not with the current resources. But Lana thinks of a solution through one of the family members' luggage. Yes, that's right. Lucy brought a coffin with her. Yes, Lucy brought a coffin with her. So Lucy's coffin acts as a substitute door for Vanzilla, in place of the door that broke off. So after that, the family members return on the road after that other setback. It's now lunchtime, and Rita thinks that it's a good. Yes, it's lunchtime, and Rita suggests that they stop to find a spot for a picnic. But Lynn Sr. doesn't want to pull over or stop because of how they're behind schedule, and Lynn Sr. is determined to make it to the hotel on time for check-in. So Lynn Sr. says that they'll just have to have their lunch in Vanzilla. So the Loud family begin to have some egg salad sandwiches, and the family members do agree that the sandwiches taste good. But suddenly, we find out that Lenny was the one who made the egg salad sandwiches. So the rest of the family are complimenting Lenny for the sandwiches because they think the sandwiches taste delicious. But then suddenly, the members of the Loud family are starting to feel nauseous. They inquire Lenny about what she put in the sandwiches, but we quickly find out that the problem isn't necessarily the ingredients, it's the fact that Lenny actually made the egg salad sandwiches weeks ago. She said that she was so excited for the trip that she wanted to prepare ahead of time, but unfortunately the egg salad sandwiches have expired. So yes, the Loud family members feel like they're going to vomit, and Lynn Sr. still doesn't want to pull over because he wants to make it to the hotel on time. But Rita manages to convince Lynn Sr. That they need to pull over. So the Loud family reach a gas station, and they quickly rush off to the restrooms. Well, most of them enter the restrooms. Some of them actually don't make it into the restrooms. Let's just leave it at that. But after all of those, after that setback, and the Loud family members are feeling better, Lori decides that Lenny probably won't be in charge of, Lori says that Lenny won't be in charge of lunch duty for the foreseeable future. Yes, Lori says that Lenny won't be in charge of lunch duty for the foreseeable future. Lisa says they should just say that Lenny is off lunch duty forever. But in any case, the Loud family are ready to resume their trip now. And when the Loud family leave the gas station, a car carrier passes by them and stops at the gas station. So eventually, though, so the Loud family head up a hill, and they see that the cherry farmer from earlier, Lynn calls the cherry farmer Farmer Speedy, the cherry farmer has a flat tire now. And Lynn brags about how Farmer Speedy won't be passing by them now. Rita scolds Lynn for saying that and encourages Lynn Sr. that they should stop to help the cherry farmer out. Lynn Sr. begrudgingly agrees, but he makes a point to say that they need to make sure that they hurry in 10 minutes or less, or to finish helping him within 10 minutes or less. So the Loud family stop and they get out of Vanzilla, but Lynn Sr. accidentally deactivated the brakes. Yes, Lynn Sr. accidentally deactivated the parking mode of Vanzilla, so Vanzilla starts to roll backwards down the hill. But the Loud family don't realize this. Their attention is towards the cherry farmer, and the cherry farmer is grateful for their willingness to help him. He says that he has a spare tire underneath all of these cherry crates that are in the back of his pickup truck. So the Loud family form an assembly line, and they begin to remove the cherry crates from the back of the pickup truck to find the spare tire. And eventually they do manage to find the spare tire underneath all the crates, and Lana begins to switch the flat tire with the spare tire. And while that's happening, Vanzilla eventually reaches the gas station that the Loud family were at not too long ago, and Vanzilla actually ends up on the car carrier that stopped there. But the driver of the car carrier doesn't notice this. And we do see that Lana's pets are still they're still inside of Vanzilla when this happens. So eventually, while that's all happening, the cherry farmer's spare tire has been all hooked up now, and the cherry farmer does appreciate all the help that they did for him. He says he wishes he could return the favor in a bigger way, but for now, the best he can do is give them a crate full of his cherries that they can eat on the road. That's the most he can do for now, he says. And the twins do try some of the cherries right then and there, and they actually do like the taste of these cherries. They think they're delicious. But Lola doesn't like it when she hears the secret for how the farmer got the cherries to taste so good. Let's leave it at that. So after that, the cherry farmer thanks them again, and he bids them farewell, and he heads off wherever it is that he's going to go. So after the cherry farmer leaves, the Loud family realize that Vanzilla is gone, but then the car carrier passes by them, and they see Vanzilla on the car carrier. The Loud family try to chase after the car carrier, and Lincoln tells the audience that it looks like their vacation has ended before it could even begin. So some time passes by. The Loud family were not successful in getting the car carrier to stop. So they return to the gas station that they were at earlier, and there's a nearby payphone. Lynn Sr. calls the police, and the police assure the Loud family that they will try to track down the car carrier that has Vanzilla on it. The Loud family members, or most of them, yes, most of the Loud family members are in despair over the vacation ending before it can really begin, but Lynn Sr. tries to stay optimistic. He assures his family that there's still time for them to make it to the hotel before check-in time. They just have to figure out another method of traveling besides Vanzilla. Lynn notices that there's a bus station nearby, but Rita realizes that the wallets and purses, yes, Rita realizes that the wallets and purses were still in Vanzilla. But Lynn Sr. notices that near the bus station, there's a cafe, the Mudflap Cafe to be more specific. And there's a sign that talks about an open mic contest. The winner of the open mic contest receives cash for prize. So Lynn Sr. thinks that they can raise the money for bus tickets. And Lynn Sr. also reveals that even though he doesn't have his wallet on him, he has his cowbell on him. Lola and Lisa are both baffled that their dad has his cowbell on him, but not his wallet. But regardless, the Loud family do enter the Mudflap Cafe, and they begin to perform a song. It's a blues song that summarizes all the setbacks that the Loud family faced while trying to accomplish this mission, or this objective to get to the hotel. Yes, the Loud family summarize the setbacks on their way to fulfill their vacation in blues song form, and it's a hit. The customers of the cafe enjoy the song, and the Loud family are able to raise enough money to get bus tickets. So it looks like things are looking up for the Loud family. So they're just outside of the bus, and the Loud family are performing a head count to make sure that everyone is present. At first, Rita thinks that she forgot Lily again, but then we find out that Rita forgot that she's already holding Lily. But there is a member of the Loud family who's not with them right now, Luna. Luna is in the Mudflap Cafe again, performing some more. So the rest of the Loud family rush into the cafe to get Luna. But when the rest of the family left, though, the bus left. Another bus pulls up where the other bus used to be, and the bus driver quickly uses the restroom. So the rest of the Loud family find Luna, they get Luna out of the cafe, and they board the bus, not realizing that it's a different bus. And when the bus driver returns after using the restroom, he's confused to see more passengers on the bus because he says that he was only supposed to be transporting one, or he thought he was transporting one, but he decides not to give it much other thought and begins to drive off. But then we, the viewers, quickly find out this is a prison bus. So, yes, some of the Loud family members quickly realize that something is not right here. And we do see the prisoner is in the back. Yes, the prisoner is in the far back of the bus. And some of the Loud siblings don't realize that the prisoner is a prisoner. And yes, Rita starts to also voice her suspicions about the place. Lynn Sr. notices that there are shackles, but he figures it might be a safety reason. But Rita quickly pieces together that that shackles are more of a prison thing. So while that's when the parents notice the prisoner in the back. Yes. When Rita points out how shackles relate to prison, that's when Loud parents notice the prisoner in the back. And like I said earlier, some of the Loud siblings don't realize that the prisoner actually is a prisoner. Lenny, in particular, thinks that the prisoner's shackles are bracelets, and she inquires if she can try them on. And the prisoner says she's more than welcome to if she can get the bracelets off of him. So Lenny picks the locks of the shackles. That's when the Loud parents realize that, yes, this is a prison bus, and they let the bus driver know right away. So the Loud family get off the bus, but Lily is the only one who notices that the prisoner has snuck off the bus from the back, and the prisoner sneaks off through the bushes to try and escape. But like I said, Lily's the only Loud family member who noticed the prisoner escaping. The rest of the family don't. And Lynn Sr. tries to stay optimistic. He says that surely there will be a good Samaritan that will give them a lift. But we do see a family in a car passing by, but they don't pick up the Loud family. Lisa admits that that there isn't. Yes, Lisa says that the chances of some passengers picking up a family of 13 is very unlikely. So Lisa suggests that they try a strategy that she calls the hide the iceberg technique. Yes, essentially their plan is to just have Rita and Lily look like they're the ones that are in need of a ride, and then the rest of the Loud family appear after the passengers pull by. But yes, Lisa's hide the iceberg technique does not work. So yes, so that doesn't work, and the family are starting to feel more and more likely that their vacation will end up in failure. But when Lana goes off to Yes, when Lana goes off to answer nature's calling, she finds an old crop dusting plane behind them, or in the forest. Yes, Lana goes to the forest to answer nature's calling, and afterwards she does find an old crop dusting plane. And Lana assures the family that she can repair the crop dusting plane. And although the family do acknowledge that even if they or yes, Lana assures the family that she can repair the plane. Some of the other relatives, though, point out that even if Lana does repair the plane, who could fly the plane? Rita reveals that she actually would be the one who. Or yes, Rita says that she can fly a plane. She says that she learned how to fly planes from Albert during the times when. Or yes, Albert taught Rita how to fly planes because Albert knew how to fly planes or jets during his military days. Rita also admits that Albert taught her how to pop wheelies in a tank, and Lynn Sr. is surprised to hear this. But time passes by, and Lana does manage to repair the crop dusting plane. She also gives it a new paint job too. So after the repairs have been made, the Loud family all board the crop dusting plane, and they start to head off on their journey. And Rita does demonstrate her flying skills with a plane while they're on their way to the hotel. But Lily eventually points out Vanzilla. At first, the family think that Lily just mistakens the plane for Vanzilla, but Lily clarifies she actually sees Vanzilla, and they do see that Lily is right. They do see the car carrier with Vanzilla on it, and Lynn Sr. is very adamant that they get Vanzilla back. Lincoln inquires about what about the check-in time that they need to make. Lynn Sr. says that he's confident in Rita's abilities. Lynn Sr. says that Rita's flying abilities should give them enough time to get Vanzilla and make it to the hotel on time. So, yes, Lynn Sr. is that confident in Rita's abilities that they can get Vanzilla and make it to the hotel on time for check-in. So the Loud family proceed to chase after the car carrier. The car carrier notices a sign that talks about how the speed limit is enforced by an aircraft. The driver dismisses the sign, but then he sees the Loud family in the plane, and he thinks the Loud family are the ones enforcing the speed limit. And he says he can't get any more tickets, so he tries to escape from the Loud family. So the Loud family begin to chase after the car carrier, and all sorts of complications happen to Vanzilla during the chase. Some of the luggage falls off of Vanzilla, and even the roof of Vanzilla breaks off at one point. Lenny cheerfully says that Vanzilla is now a convertible. But eventually, Lincoln decides that they can stop the guy by using the crop duster. So they do activate the crop duster, and this does manage to stop the driver, or he does crash. Yes, the crop dusting effect causes the driver of the car carrier to crash, and he runs out, refusing to be caught by the police. So the driver escapes. So the family land the plane, and they prepare to get Vanzilla out of the to get off the car carrier so that they can drive off. Lily is the only one who notices that the prisoner from earlier is where they are now, and the prisoner takes the plane for himself. And again, Lily's the only one who notices the prisoner using the plane. Lynn Sr. says that they can still make it on time for the hotel. So nighttime rolls around, and according to Lynn Sr., It's almost 8 o'clock, so they really have to rush into the hotel if they want to make it. So the family rush into the hotel. They're in the lobby, and Lynn Senior Lynn Senior says that the family are checking in. But the staff member of the hotel says that that they're too late. They missed the check-in time, so the rooms were given away. Lynn Senior, though, is baffled by this. It's supposed to be 8 o'clock now. The staff member clarifies that it's actually 8:35. Lynn Senior realizes that his watch is broken, and he realizes that that the watch broke when some of the luggage fell off of Vanzilla when they were chasing after the car carrier. Some of the luggage hit Lynn Senior's watch, so that's how it broke. Lynn Senior pleads if there are any other spare rooms. They're willing to take any available rooms. The staff member, though, confirms that the entire hotel is full. The rest of the family plead that they, if there's anything else that can be done. They've been through so much to make it to this vacation. The staff member shows sympathy, but says that there's nothing she can do to help them, even if she would like to help them. But someone says that there is something that they can do to help the Loud family, and this individual is none other than the cherry farmer that they helped earlier. The cherry farmer sees this to be his chance to repay the favor for the Loud family helping him out. The cherry farmer says that he would have missed his check-in time if it wasn't for the Loud family helping him. So he thinks this is his way to repay the favor to the Loud family for their act of kindness. And the cherry farmer assures the Loud family that there's plenty of room for them to stay with him because he actually has the entire top floor to himself. And the cherry farmer clarifies for them that the reason he's able to afford that is because he's Jerry Clean, the Cherry King. And Lynn Senior is surprised to hear this. Lynn Senior says that he's a big fan of the cherries that Jerry Clean creates or farms. The cherries. The cherries that Jerry Clean grows are cherries that Lynn Senior includes in some of his recipes. And Jerry Clean is happy to hear this, but he's also happy to help the family out so that they finally have a chance to enjoy this vacation. Luann can't resist making some cherry-related puns about how things are going their way, even though some of the family members don't want to hear any more puns or jokes. So we do get to see the next day, and we see that the Loud family and Jerry Clean are all enjoying their time at the hotel. They're partaking in all sorts of different activities. Lynn Senior and Rita are talking to each other about how they got their first real family vacation after all of the hard work and after all these setbacks. Rita thinks that it's a good idea that they make this a Loud family tradition. Meanwhile, we see the prisoner who took the crop dusting plane flying off. He's celebrating about how he's free from prison. But then the crop dusting plane, the fuel for the crop dusting plane is fully empty now, and the plane ends up crashing into the prison. So the episode ends with the prisoner in prison. And yes, like I said, that's how we end this episode. So it's been a while on this channel, but we're finally covering some recap and thoughts videos for entries of the Loud House. We did cover before this video we had covered recap and thoughts videos for the first 2 seasons of the Loud House. And that was quite a while, though, at least as of the recording of this video, because Season 3 hadn't started yet when I finished the recap and thoughts for the first 2 seasons of The Loud House. And I wanted to wait until Season 3 was finished before I resumed covering The Loud House with these recap and thoughts videos, because I believe I mentioned it before, but for those who may not have... For those who may not be aware of it, I prefer to cover the Loud House entries in the official order, the order that's given out for the order that's usually given for which for the episodes and segments. the official order that you usually see in official lists. Now, and this is because the Loud House is a show where a lot of the entries air out of order. And if what I'm hearing is to be believed, apparently even the production order isn't necessarily the same as the official order. And if that is the case, that actually would explain something in season 2 about how some entries after what was supposed to be the season 2 premiere hid the Loud parents' faces, even though the season 2 premiere showed the Loud parents' faces. So that actually might explain, that detail about the production order not being the same as the official order might actually explain that strangeness. But in any case, yes, besides the air date order and possibly the production order, I prefer to cover the entries in the official order, and that's how I'm going to be covering season 3 for the Loud House. So going by the official order, this would be the season 3 premiere, even though it aired after several other season 3 entries, and it actually got pushed back a few times. I think it was released on streaming sites before it. Yes, I think it was available online. It was available online before it was available it was available online before it aired on TV because of the schedule getting pushed back for the premiere for this episode. But in any case, yes, going by the official order of season 3, season 3 starts with a full episode rather than an episode that's split between an A segment and a B segment. That was also the case for season 2, going by the official order. 11 Louds a Leaping is the season 2 premiere, going by the official order. And yes, there are actually 3 more full episodes of season 3, but going by the official order, they don't happen until towards the end of the season. But I can definitely understand why they would want to I'm starting to think it might become a tradition for the Loud House to have a full episode be the season premiere, going by the official order. At least going by season 2 and season 3. We'll see if season 4 continues that tradition or not. But let's get on to the talking about the episode itself. I did enjoy this episode. I feel this episode did a good job of showing the Loud family overall get the spotlight. The Loud siblings themselves are considered the main characters of the Loud House. Some fans would argue if the Loud parents count as main characters or as recurring roles characters, but at least the Loud siblings are considered the main characters, with Lincoln being the main character if you had to pick a single character to be the main character. But I do think that this full episode did well at showing all the Loud family members in a significant role. This really did highlight the whole family theme of the Loud House. And I did think that this episode was nice because it does show the Loud family getting along with each other as family. Because, yes, some fans would agree that some entries in the Loud House have given some fans the impression that the Loud family can be a very problematic family, to say the least. Or let's just say that there are some entries where some fans have the mentality of who needs enemies when you have a family like that. But this episode did well at showing that even if the Loud family don't always have the most pleasant memories, they still can have their moments of actually being a supportive family that are close to each other. So I think it helps to show that the Loud family do have their good points, because yes, I would say the Loud family, understandably, because they're the main characters, yes, because the Loud family is the main family of the show, the Loud family do tend to get, there are some fans that aren't really fond of the Loud family when some of the family members have pulled some questionable action. So I can understand why the Loud family would tend to get vilified by some fans. And while I do agree that there are certain actions that were very questionable, and certain members of the Loud family have gotten away with really questionable actions without really paying for the consequences of their actions, I do still think that some fans do go overboard, acting like the Loud family are irredeemable monsters. So that's what I liked about this episode. The Loud family definitely have their flaws, and there are certain entries where the Loud family did get away with very questionable actions towards other characters, whether it be their own family members or whatnot. But I do think it is nice to recognize that the Loud family do have their good points, even if sometimes they have gotten away with some questionable actions. So that's what I liked about this episode. It showed the Loud family being supportive of each other and being united as a family. So I did like that. And family vacations, I'm sure that brings a lot of memories for different viewers. We did have, yes, I remember a few of my family vacations too. And at least in my case, it wasn't always necessarily with my direct relatives. Sometimes we had family vacations with some extended relatives, and even some vacations with family friends too. But understandably for the Loud family, yeah, their direct family is a family of 13, so it would be understandable that they really wouldn't be able to include anyone else on their family vacations. But it was also nice that we did get to see how others were willing to help out the Loud family with regards to having this vacation. Like the McBride family being willing to watch the main or overall family pets while the Loud family were off on vacation. And even Bud Grouse was willing to watch over the house for the Loud family. Oh, that's right, yes, with Mr. Grouse. For a long time, fans were wondering what Mr. Grouse's first name was. Now, in 11 Louds a Leaping, the season 2 premiere, Mr. Grouse called himself Uncle Buddy when talking about the kids. Yes, when Mr. Grouse was talking to one of his siblings over the phone, and he was talking about the kids of one of his one of the kids of one of Mr. Grouse's siblings call Mr. Grouse Uncle Buddy. So given the way how usually you would say uncle first name or aunt first name, that led to fans figuring that Buddy was Mr. Grouse's first name. But after that, some supplementary material and even a later entry in season 3 do clarify that, yes, Buddy is Mr. Grouse's first name. Well, it's his nickname. His formal name is Bud, well, with Buddy being a nickname. So, yes, Bud Grouse is Mr. Grouse's full name for anyone who's curious. So, Bud Grouse does have a paradoxical name. So, I thought I'd bring that up now because supplementary material has explicitly confirmed Bud Grouse's full name. So, yes, Bud Grouse and the McBride family were willing to help out, and we did get to see a few other cameos here or there during the flashback scenes where the Loud family were raising money for their vacation. Like, Jancy Yates actually appeared, one of the family members for the Yates family, a family that moved into the neighborhood in season 2. And I know some fans were hoping that the Yates family would have a more prevalent role later on in the series. From what I recall in season 3, the Yates family don't really have a significant role in season 3, but maybe there's some other cameos with Yates family members here or there. I'll have to refresh my memory while I go through the rewatch the entries of season 3 for these recap and thoughts videos. I'll have to refresh my memory about that. But from what I recall, I don't think the Yates family do have a prevalent role in season 3, but at least they're acknowledged after they have joined the neighborhood or became a part of the neighborhood that the Loud family are part of. At least they acknowledge that the Yates family are neighbors of the Loud family now, so they still acknowledge it even if the Yates family don't have a prevalent role. Oh, and Scoots had a cameo appearance too. Scoots had a cameo during the flashback for Lisa and Lily. Now, other details about this episode is we get to meet another celebrity character. In this case, we get to meet Jerry Clean the Cherry King. And yeah, Jerry Clean ended up, he's another example of a friendly celebrity. He did appreciate the help that the Loud family provided him when he got a flat tire, and Jerry was more than happy to return the favor by letting the Loud family stay with him at the hotel because the Loud family unfortunately didn't make it for their own check-in. And that was really heartwarming. And it is also a nice message about how about the importance of acts of kindness towards others, and how, yes, how acts of kindness can be greatly appreciated and they go a long way. And so I thought that was pretty heartwarming, and how Jerry Clean is also he's also another example of a friendly celebrity. And Jerry himself, or yeah, it was a little detail, but we do find out that Jerry Clean's cherries are used in some of the ingredients for some of the food that Lynn Sr. makes. So it's a small detail, but I liked it all the same because it does give us a little insight on the setting of the show. It gives us a little insight on the setting of the show, kind of helps us to get a better feel about I appreciate the little details. That's essentially what I'm getting at here. So, and yes, the deal with the prisoner. I know some fans also did appreciate how the prisoner did end up in prison by the end of the episode. I think some fans have admitted that they wouldn't have liked it if the prisoner had gotten away with escaping from prison and got away with it at the end of the episode. But the prisoner was not a Karma Houdini. He ended up going back to prison where he's supposed to go. We never really find out what crime he committed, but yes, he doesn't seem to be a pleasant individual, to say the least. And at least he didn't get out of having to serve his time. So I know some fans appreciated that. It was a small detail, but some fans do appreciate seeing that the prisoner didn't end up being a Karma Houdini. And the hotel itself did seem pretty nice. I mean, we didn't get to see much of the hotel itself. I mean, understandably so. The episode was more of it's about the journey rather than the destination sort of episode. But it was nice to get a little insight on the hotel and to find out about what activities are at the hotel. It's those little details do help fans out with having a better understanding of the setting of the Loud House universe. And it also does help out with some fan works. I'm sure some fans do appreciate those details if any fan works want to explore certain things in greater detail. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if some fans, wanted to create some fan works with regards to this hotel. Oh, and I guess while I'm on the topic of vacations, yes, at the end of the episode, Lynn Sr. said that the family got their first family vacation, although some fans had brought up how Season 2 featured the family going on vacation in Sweet and Sour. Though I can understand why they probably wouldn't count that, because the vacation in Sweet and Sour was intended to be just between Lynn Sr. and Rita, but the Loud siblings managed to convince them or persuade them to tag along. And, well, it wasn't really much of a vacation anyway because of all the chaotic situations that happened and all the trouble that happened that was being caused while they were there. So it sounds like, at least with this episode, the vacation itself was good, even if the destination to the vacation had a lot of setbacks and complications to them. So I can understand why Lynn Sr. probably would consider this episode to be the first real family vacation. And yeah, I can understand why Lynn Sr. and Rita probably wouldn't count the vacation from Sweet and Sour, and they would consider this to be the first family vacation. But otherwise, that might be about it. That was quite a bit to talk about, but this is a full episode that does bring us back to the Loud House after taking a break on this channel. So I did feel there was a bit to talk about with regards to starting up with Season 3. But overall, yes, I did like this episode. I think this was a good way to start Season 3, going by the official order. And like I said, I liked how we did get to see the Loud family united and all having a good time as family. Because while the Loud family have had their moments where they don't get along with each other, and sometimes they have gotten away with some very questionable actions towards some of their relatives, this shows us that the Loud family aren't irredeemable monsters. They still do have their good qualities, and they still do honestly care about each other as a family, even if they sometimes don't always show it. And it was also, I did also I did also like some of the other little details that kind of give us a better understanding of the setting. Like, they're small details, but they're appreciated all the same. Like meeting another celebrity character in Jerry Clean the Cherry King, or getting to see one of the hotels within the Loud House universe. And like I said, I did also like I also like the lesson about how acts of kindness are always appreciated, and that it's definitely not a bad idea to have acts of kindness. You never know when you're going to be you never know when you're going to be in trouble, and maybe someone will return the favor if you performed an act of kindness for someone when they were in trouble. So I thought that was a good lesson too. And yes, this episode reminded me a bit of some of those vacation movies, mostly about how there's a lot of setbacks and obstacles and complications getting there, but the destination itself, it all works out once they reach the destination, and they have a good time at their destination, even if the journey is full of complications and setbacks. So, yep, there you go. You can expect us to cover season 3 of the Loud House on this channel for the foreseeable future. And for now, yeah, I think this was a good start for season 3, and we'll be sure to talk about more details about season 3 while we cover these recap and thoughts videos. So, as of this video, we've now discussed episode 53 of the Loud House on this channel. Take care, and until next time.